person you have called is not available. Please leave a short 10-second message after the tone and we'll send the message as a text.
Hi, I'm Michelle and welcome to the Scott and Michelle Show. Tonight we are having a heated debate, which we've never done before on this show, and it's called the Great Relationship Debate. Now, can you go from being friends to being together and then back to friends? Does it work? Scotty is doing the affirmative?
No, you're doing the affirmative.
No, I'm saying no.
Oh, are you?
No, you can't.
Okay, no, I'm joking. I'm doing the affirmative.
Yes, Scott's doing the affirmative and I'm doing the negative, and I'm about to kick his ass.
Let's talk about the rules first.
The rules.
So there are winners to this debate.
Yes, please vote.
The winners are based on the listener's decision. So if you've seen how great our Facebook group looks right now,
And
it's
if you haven't joined it, please do.
Oh no, they will.
Continue.
The beautiful artwork by my partner is very nice. We can thank her for it.
Your hot partner.
She's very hot.
Yes.
She can draw too.
She can.
So, join the Facebook group and vote. And the winner, who will probably be me, will have bragging rights for a couple of years, I guess.
Years?
For me, I'll bring it up.
I don't think so.
I'll be bringing it up constantly.
I know you would. That's why everyone should vote for me, especially after they hear my points.
Okay, well, would you like to start with your points?
My points? Mm-hmm. Can you go from being friends? Yes, you can go from being friends to in a relationship because it's all sunny and sweet and lovely and, you know, it works. All your friends are happy for you. But then when your relationship goes bad, people choose sides and it becomes messy. And then there's always those people that are like, you can't be friends with your ex. You just can't. It doesn't work. Well, they're right. It doesn't work. You cannot be friends when you've been intimate with somebody. It's just awkward. Like every time you look at them, they've seen you naked. And then it's just like, even if you pretend to be friends, still awkward. And then in the end, like, because the relationship failed, therefore the friendship back would fail. Because it's just awkward for everybody. And people judge. People pick sides and they are quite harsh. A couple I know, the girl got called a whore. And, you know, that's not very nice at all. You shouldn't use that word. And she didn't do anything wrong.
She got called a whore.
She got called a whore.
Whew.
Considering she's not the tiniest bit whorish.
Not getting paid.
She's not getting paid. She didn't do anything wrong. And then afterwards, she just like started dating somebody else. And then people judged her for that. So really, it cannot happen. No. There's always bad blood. Like even if they don't talk about it, it's still there. Your turn.
That's it?
Well, what do you want me to say?
Oh, that you've lost.
I have not lost. You have to do a rebuttal, then I'll do a rebuttal. Come on.
This isn't a debate, it's an agreement.
It's a debate.
So I'm doing the rebuttal, right?
Yes.
But I completely agree. You can do this. You can be friends with your ex.
No, you can't.
I'm going to explain how you can.
Okay.
But
Wise one.
You probably shouldn't.
You shouldn't be friends with your ex?
No.
Why not?
Let me get to that.
It's because, can I just say something? It's because they've seen you naked.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But
Some people have seen everyone naked.
Yeah, because some people take their clothes off a lot more than they should. Especially, like, if we're going to talk about our friends, there's a lot of people that should have kept their clothes on.
That's true. There are some people who are prone to being naked.
Nudity. They just like to do it.
That's
Here's
true.
my body. I
Maybe
don't know.
they're just maybe they're proud of their bodies. Who
I like to keep the clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way I've been raised. Keep them on.
not many people can be friends after dating.
No.
There's a reason for that.
Why? Tell me.
Okay, let's start with what a friendship is. Okay, so everybody has a different opinion on what that is, but to me, it's someone who gives you the freedom to be your authentic self or your true self or who you really are without hiding who you really are, right?
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Some friendships come with conditions, unfortunately.
That's true.
And, you know, there are people that are a certain person with a certain group of friends and then are a completely different person with another group of friends.
Right. And those
So
are different.
Which ones are they?
They could both be the same. They could both be your authentic self. It's just that you might, like when I'm with my male friends, I'm a lot louder and I curse a lot more.
Then when you're with me.
Oh, with you? Well, no, I think I curse about the same.
And
With
why
you.
is that? Because you see me as one of the guys.
No, not necessarily. I consider you a friend that I can be that particular self with.
Okay.
So when I'm with my dancing friends, for example, I don't really talk to them in the same way that I would, you guys.
Okay.
And that's not that I'm being disingenuous. It's just that I am being a different part of myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of loving someone, right, when you are in love with someone, not just loving them in a platonic way, but loving them in a romantic way,
Yeah.
a big part of that is letting them feel free, right? Not trapped, free to do whatever they feel is the right thing. That includes how you break up. Even if they broke up with you, or if you wanted to break up with them, you should feel free to leave. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm kind of arguing for you so I can prove you wrong.
Okay.
Which may not be the best strategy, but hear me out. So why might someone want to be friends with their ex?
They're
What are
still
the
in love
reasons?
with their ex.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
There's that unresolved stuff, whether it's emotional or sexual.
There's
or-
always those people that think, oh, if I wait around long enough, they'll realize what they've missed.
Yeah.
And then they'll realize that they'll come running back to me. I know people like this. It didn't end well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you know people just like this.
Ah, yes, very much. But in a more, in a nicer way of putting it, friendship may be a really touching attempt to honor the best sides of a relationship that two people invested in, whether it was hurtful or not.
Okay.
They may feel responsible for their ex's happiness. They might be lonely. They might just say, can we be friends after they break up? But the problem with that is they just might want to be nice. They're not literally saying, hey, let's go and, hold hands in the park and go and watch movies and this and that.
That's
It's just-
certainly not.
It's not a sincere, action, right?
No.
It might even just be what that person who wants to be friends, it might just be how they look at what a friend is and what you associate with being friends. That might be, just someone who you like, but it gets messy. I'm not denying that it's going to get messy. Oh, no. There are consequences, there are hurdles, there are maybe delusions or reasons that you might think are not great, right? But those are not reasons that it's not possible, right?
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Just because you were with someone and you were really great friends with them and then you started dating them, things get cloudy afterwards. You're not sure, like, to read signals. Like, if you touch their hand just because you're being playful, you don't mean anything by it, and then they take it wrong, then they're under the impression that there is a shot to get back together. And yes, some people do get back together after they break up. You do hear about it, but it doesn't happen happily because they usually end up breaking up again.
They repeat the same mistakes.
They repeat
made,
the cycle.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, some people are just not meant to be together.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
you know, some people are meant to be with people so they can meet other people.
Right.
Which is horrible.
You broke up for a reason, right?
Yes.
Because if you were compatible, you'd still be in a romantic relationship like that.
There are those people that, like, neglect people, so therefore the person that is being neglected has no other choice but to leave.
Right.
Yes.
A big part of that is, like, delusion and deluding yourself.
So they're deluded or the other person is deluded?
The person who is... There's always someone who wants to be single more, right? It's generally a mutual
Right.
kind of agreement. But
With the friends that we know that this sort of happened to, who wanted to be single more?
I think the woman did.
Interesting.
I think the woman did.
Very interesting. But if you look at it from the woman's point of view, the man was already gone. So, like, he was already acting like he was single. He couldn't care about her. So, really, she did the only thing that was appropriate to do.
But that could have been a perception within itself. And that also goes to show how well those two people might have known each other. Like, how they
Do
really
you think
felt.
they knew each other too well and that's why it didn't work out?
Well, no. I don't think it's about knowing each other in a general way. I think it's about knowing how those people felt and how they were communicating.
But, like, if you think about it, when you break up with somebody, doesn't matter who it is, there's always that awkward period where you realize all the little things in your relationship that you hated about them, like that you just accepted. Now you hate them even more. And you want to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a woman's point of view. There are women that are just like, oh, well, it didn't work out. I don't understand those women at all.
There's also those women who are like, oh, you know, I just want to make sure that he's okay. And, you know, they end up being the social support, like the pillar.
Well, some people, like, some men fall apart and you just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And you
that's
do
right.
feel bad. And part of me thinks maybe they're doing it to make you feel bad.
Exactly.
Yes. So then it's like, where is the line and what point after the breakup can you be friends with somebody?
So that leads on to my next point, actually.
Yes.
You can do it.
You can.
Whether you should or not.
Have you?
Have I personally?
Yes, you personally. Have you ever been friends with an ex?
Absolutely.
Close friends? Or are you
Yeah.
just like, you know, people that's like, hi, how you going? And that's it.
See, that's a thing. That's not friends. That's not your
See,
friends.
I've been friends with exes, right?
Yeah.
But not really friends with exes, except for one who, like, doesn't annoy the hell out of me. The others are like, I look at them and see the torment that they caused and how many tears I cried. And I'm like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going home.
You're going to bring the Eric Cartman out.
Well, I'm just saying, some men turn into better friends than they were boyfriends.
Yeah.
It just depends on the personality. But then there's those guys that are like, well, we dated, so I own you for the rest of my life. No, you
Really?
fucking don't.
Do you feel that, or is that like a verbatim thing?
It's kind of happened to me. Like, there was a guy that I was interested in, and then my ex-boyfriend got involved, and he was like, well, she was mine first. I'm like, oh, for frick's sake, seriously? Like, no. It just
Like,
doesn't
no.
happen like that. He doesn't have any claim on you after he's gone.
Of course not.
Yes, but some people see it differently. Like, that's the thing. After you break up with someone, you see all the little flaws that you just tolerated.
Wow.
Yeah. Women get angry and then we want revenge. Oh, we want revenge so hard.
Damn, what do they do to get it?
You don't need to know.
Don't give away a magician's
I can't give
secrets.
away my secrets.
No. Evidently.
My friends may need them at some point.
Damn, that's the way
But
you
I'm
said
just
that.
saying that I, myself personally, I don't get angry. I get even.
Shout out to Carrie.
That's my girl.
But at the same time, like,
Yes.
if you were, like... you need to take time away when you break up with someone.
But
You need to get away from that
yeah,
person.
but what if you have everything, like, what if you have joint bank accounts and that sort of thing?
Right, and if you have children,
That's another thing. Then you have to fucking see them for the rest of your bloody life.
or if you work together, or
Exactly.
if you know, if you're in a similar team.
See,
or,
and that's when you know that the person who's about to break up with the person is secretly calculating when to do it, how to do it, how it's gonna affect them the least financially. Because there are men like that. And there are women like that. I am not gonna say it's all men, because there are women who are manipulative and who are hurtful and who want to kill people. So it takes some time to be friends with somebody. But you're always thinking, that guy's seen me naked. Do I really want to be friends with him?
To me, when you have to learn to be nice for, you know, your kids or the bank or, you know, your workmates or your teammates, however you're interrelated still, that is not your friend. That is being civil. That is like...
Yeah, there's a
You know,
lot of
I'm-
couples that are like, oh, well, we didn't work as a couple. We got married. We had 3 kids.
Right.
Now we need to be civil.
Right.
Some people don't get that concept.
Even if you're on a sporting team or if you're a performer or something like that, you might have had something like that happen, but you need to learn to be, if it's a professional capacity, professional or a good sports person or whatever, you need to learn how to be civil. And that's not always easy either.
No, being civil's never been my strong suit.
No, it's not. You just get it out.
Well, like I said, I get revenge.
Yeah, but you're good at it, so you know, it
I'm
needs to be paid.
super good at it. I've
Right.
watched so many horror films. I know how to make it look like it even wasn't me. Think about that.
When would you recommend it?
Recommend what?
Like
Revenge.
making friends with someone after you break up with them.
It really depends. There are those people that are adorable and sweet and lovely. They just don't work as a partner, but they work really well as like a best friend. Then you can take that into consideration, and that sort of overrides everything. The fact that they've seen you naked, the fact that, you know, maybe they lived with you, or you brought a cat together, something along those lines.
I think the hardest part is not just that they've seen you naked, but their family might have seen you naked. I think that's a very difficult thing to take.
Why did the family see them naked in the first place?
Well,
Like, seriously.
there are a number. They might not have been completely naked, but they might have been partially naked
Can
in a
I
way.
tell you a little story?
Absolutely.
So there's a girl I know that was living with somebody, right? And they'd been together quite a while. And then she broke up with him and then started dating a really good friend of his. Now, after that, the 2 boys were still best friends. And the girl basically just went straight from being in a relationship with this guy to being like best friends with this guy. Right? Now, do you think that that can happen with girls? Like, hypothetically, there were 2 girls instead of 2 boys. Do you think girls are that forgiving?
That's if gender was in the equation.
Because I
yeah.
also know somebody who started dating somebody for like 3 weeks, and then he started dating her friend, and the two girls are no longer friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I don't know, sometimes I feel like boys are more forgiving, or that boy just didn't care in the first place.
Well, there are hurdles involved in the whole process.
Are there though?
Of course there are.
Really?
Yeah.
But I
Like,
know
it's-
for a fact that this girl didn't really feel like there were hurdles, apart from the fact that the frickin' friends, all of these friends took the poor, he was dumped, therefore he's the victim here.
Right.
And they called her a slut and a whore and she's horrible and I can't believe she did this. What kind of a friend is he to do that? And it ended really badly. But you know what? Those two ended up getting married, so clearly they didn't do it just to piss the other guy off.
But it's like you said, it's not just excuse me, it's not just about the couple who have split up.
Right.
Like it's
it's about the
everything
cats
around
that
them.
they left behind, isn't it?
It's about everyone. It's about their friends. Like if it's a relationship where one person is broken up and you're dating someone else, and that person goes out into the dating world, it could be difficult for your future romantic partners too. Because it could make it so uncomfortable. Like if you've been in a situation where your romantic partner does not agree with the fact that you're still friends with an ex, and that's like a breaking point or an ultimatum point.
Have you ever been in this situation where you,
No, I haven't, but I've seen it happen. Like if someone went out into the dating world, for example,
Right.
and you were with someone who you just loved everything about, you were super attracted to them, and everything was perfect,
right?
but that one key factor was that maybe they're a little bit possessive, right? And that might even
Are we
you might
talking
even,
about a certain somebody?
no, I'm making an example.
Ah,
No, I'm
it
making
just
an
sounds
example.
like someone from like 15 years ago.
Oh no, I'm not making that sort of example.
You're not talking about her?
No.
We should
Not at all.
talk about her.
Let's not. Let's do it and say we. Wait. Let's do it and say we. Wait. Let's. What?
Let's not
Let's
and say
not
we
do it and
did.
say we did. Thank you. No. But like, say you were with someone like that. You were with
Right.
someone perfect, and maybe you liked having that person who was possessive, right? Maybe feeling like you're wanted makes you feel loved, but that friendship with your partner is very important to you, right?
Right.
So if you're put in a situation where making an ultimatum is, pick me or your friend, obviously you have to pick your partner. Like, you have to. Otherwise, it's the end of the relationship, and maybe you don't want the relationship to end. And ultimately, the right decision in that situation is either going to be break up with them if you don't want to have those ultimatums, or to choose their interests, in my opinion. So that thing with your with your future romantic partners, yeah, that's one of the consequences of these things. It's not easy.
See, do you think it's worth it though? Like, would you go out of your way to be friends with your ex?
Well, it'd have to be a pretty damn good reason, because it's a long-term
Would it
process.
be a damn good reason if, like, this person started dating a really good friend of yours?
Yeah, it's not just that. Like, it depends on how you take it, because it can happen.
Can it?
Yes, absolutely. It's sort of like, if you've broken your spine, will you ever walk again?
Oh, jeez, don't use that analogy.
So
That's awful.
99% of people can't do that. Their
Yes.
spine is broken, they will never walk again.
Oh, don't. That's so depressing.
But Bruce Lee did it. Bruce Lee's
Really?
spine broken. Yeah, and he was a better fighter after he broke his spine.
Well, nobody likes to show off.
I think a lot of people liked him.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's a long, arduous process.
Yes, okay. This really isn't a debate. This is just us talking.
It's an agreement. We
It's
are
an
in agreement. You don't think it could happen, though?
What? Being friends with an ex?
Yeah.
Most exes are exes for a reason.
That's right.
Like, my dating history is probably nothing to be proud of. I dated some freaking losers in my time, I'll tell you.
Right.
But there was, like, a couple that were really sweet. And, like, there's only one of them that I would consider, like, being friends with for, like, the
Right.
rest of my life. But he's earned that.
Right. That's right.
You
There's a
don't
process.
know him.
Yeah, but there's a process involved.
Yes. But,
You-
like, I think with me, there kind of wasn't a process. It was just, like, natural. We just kind of, like, slid back into being friends. It wasn't, like, a big, uncomfortable thing. It was only uncomfortable when other people came into it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what other people can do next time?
What?
Shut their frickin' mouths.
Whoa. Oh, ow.
Oh, I really want to give a shout out to a certain somebody, but I think he knows who he is.
The venom.
Oh, there's still venom. I forgive, but I don't forget.
But that's also part of it, right?
Yes, but like the person in question that I did date didn't seem to have a huge issue with it. Unless they lied to me.
At that point,
Do you think they lied to me?
I don't know how.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Because there were some other ex-boyfriends that I were friends with, but I've reevaluated that situation. So,
I see.
yeah.
For the better or for the worse?
Oh, for the better. He needs to go.
Ah.
Whereas, like, the guy that I'm talking about, like, he'll be my friend for life.
Yeah.
And, like, also, it's not like he's standing around pining for me. Like,
But-
he's dating someone else.
That person had to figure out why.
Why what?
Like,
Why
there are
it didn't work out? Or why...
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that it, whether they knew why it worked out or not, they would have to work out why they would want to be friends with that person to begin with. After they've separated.
Yeah, but this person sort of ended up dating his friend, so I think that that's really the reason he stayed around.
And both of those people are affected, not just the friend, but the relationship of those people around them. And that can create tension as well. It's another
Yes.
reason why you shouldn't do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, you shouldn't be friends with an ex.
No.
It just makes things uncomfortable.
And if you do...
And then there's always those people that, like, enter the group and are like, oh my god, did you two used to date? It's irrelevant now. Let's move on.
Move on.
Yes.
Sometimes it's better to move on.
Yeah. So, like, people bring up things that may have happened, like, 7 years ago is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you think people can learn from...
People can learn from it, but it's like, I don't understand, say, hypothetically, a new person comes into the group that you were all hanging out with, and, like, you're friends with your ex, and then other people are like, oh my god, isn't that awkward? When you've spent so many bloody years trying to perfect the friendship thing, and then other people bring in that, we used to date. It doesn't matter if I used to date this boy or not. It's irrelevant now.
Yeah, it's not entirely irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
It's not a reason to
Dismiss it?
dismiss
But
that
it's
person.
like that person's married and the other person's in a serious relationship, like they're living together.
It's irrelevant to the person who
Yeah.
might be getting to know them.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know why, there's this group that continually brings it up.
Maybe there's some humor in that group.
If there is, it's not funny.
Is that bullying, do you think?
I kind of feel like this girl thinks that maybe people don't forgive as easily as she thought.
I see.
It
Some
kinda-
people...
You go.
I was about to say some people really struggle with forgiving.
So did Carrie, and look what happened to her.
Yeah, she became immortalized in a film.
She died.
Yeah, but she was still legendary.
Damn right she was. Hero to most girls.
But. You shouldn't. In my opinion, no. Sometimes it's done. Like, whatever. It does get hard though. Like if you're dating someone's friend, there are consequences if you're dating your ex's friends, there are consequences on top of that too. Like that's a difficult situation within itself.
Yeah, with this couple, I just know that people were judging them and didn't even know the story.
Yes.
They
Go.
were just all for, the other guy who was like, yes, they broke up, but they broke up for a reason.
There's always going to be sides with friends like that too.
But there shouldn't be. We're like adults now.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I
have a credit card. I'm an adult.
I don't.
Yeah. You're probably smarter than I am.
I'm not. I'm an idiot.
Well, I still believe that you probably shouldn't be friends with an ex. Unless they're amazing and then... But like how often is somebody amazing that you want to stay friends with them? Very rarely.
Very rarely, yeah. You need to... If you want to do that, you need to figure out if you are doing it for the right reason. Like, for me, the best judge is would you be genuinely happy to see them in a relationship if it was like any other friend? If you saw that, say, one of your friends was dating someone or sleeping with someone, you're like, oh yeah, good for you, getting that D, good for you, right? But if that person, and you meant that genuinely, you weren't like eroticizing it or like making it, like it's a fantasy or anything like that. And you meant it like as if it was a friend that you were genuinely happy. I think that's a pretty good test for yourself.
So, has anything like this happened to you?
Sure.
And were you genuinely happy for this person?
Yeah. If you genuinely
You're clearly a bigger person than I could have been, I think.
I'm a bigger person after the start of COVID, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it happens to the best of us.
It's going to be an interesting summer.
Well, if we get one of those.
Yeah. I'll just sweat it off. But if you genuinely want what's best for each other...
and you know that it was just not right.
Right, and you want someone to go on and live their life without you, and you genuinely mean that, and it's not like in a way of like wanting to get them back, or if it's like even worse, if you want to like be friends with them and hurt them or do something snide.
Sometimes that's necessary. Just saying.
I don't think that's good enough reason.
Sometimes it's necessary
to make friends with someone and then crush them to get revenge. That's pretty
Sometimes
rough.
it's fun.
Man, you're a terrifying, terrifying lady.
Yeah. Don't push me, boy.
You shouldn't.
Well, look, I've already ruined some boys' lives. I know that for a fact.
Right.
So, the boy I'm talking about, I don't think I've ruined his life.
I think you need to learn how to participate in a debate.
I know how to participate in a debate. I used to win them.
Yeah, so give me a rebuttal to that.
A rebuttal to what?
What I just said. You said that there's going to be... You had something to say, then I had something to say, and then you rebut my rebuttal, and then I rebut your rebuttal.
Your rebuttal.
I mooned for rebuttal.
Look, I'm just saying, if you like each other to become friends and you have that serious, friendship where it's if something good happens to you or you see something funny and you want to call them or you want to text them or, something bad happens and you want them to come over and comfort you, right? And then all of that turns into a relationship. Mm-hmm. Following? And then it all goes to hell. Because eventually, I'm not saying it happens all the time, but some things fall apart and they become messy. And when you look at them, you remember certain things and it's kind of heartbreaking. So it's kind of you either have to give yourself time away from this person and then become their friend. But I think most of the time exes belong in the past, not your present.
Yep.
And I think if anyone is friends with their ex, they deserve a medal. Because a lot of exes are just like as soon as you break up, then you see the true person. Because I've had exes say lots of nasty things to me.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think...
You don't agree with that?
No, not entirely. I think if you're in a relationship with someone and you actually... Well, no, that's dependent on if you can, like, actually learn to know who they really are. If you get to know who someone really is, you should be able to work out who they really are.
Can I just ask a question? And I mean this.
Yeah.
Does anybody know who anybody really is?
Absolutely.
No, what there are always lies and secrets, and there's always nobody knows anybody really inside out. You don't know everything about everybody.
No. But
Exactly.
that doesn't mean you don't know who they really are on a core level, like on a spiritual
Really?
level. I don't know.
I broke up with somebody, and I feel like I didn't know him all as well as I thought I did.
Oh yeah, no, that's absolutely justifiable.
But like, you know, he may have said some things that weren't very kind, and then he was like, well, that's the way I feel. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but it doesn't really help me right now. Like there are, like you really see the venom in somebody's eyes after you break up. You realize who they really are. And because of the way they treat you after you break up, there's a lot of bad feelings, and I doubt that you can come back and be friends. Unless there is like a third party involved.
I think we're really bad at debating.
Well, I think we just think the same.
Yeah, but we had a job. One was to...
We did have a job. I'm
be
sorry,
affirmative.
people. Well, we should have just talked. I'm sorry.
So, wait a minute. Let's just make things clear.
I'm
So-
prettier than you are?
You're saying that it can't happen.
Well, I'm saying it really shouldn't happen, but no, it can't happen.
Right.
It can't happen happily. Let's put it that way.
Oh, it can't happen happily?
No, there's always a catch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, always a catch.
And you have those people who also... Damn it, I shouldn't be helping you.
You should always help me.
No.
Yes, you should.
But you have those people who also want friendship. Like they're lonely or
Get
they
somebody else.
But you can have enough friends, right? That's exactly right.
Yeah. But like, it's always like there is a fine line, because if you do become friends, then how do you stop the sexual attraction that you once had, like boiling over, and then you become
Intimate
fuck
again.
buddies?
Oh, that's
And then,
Ooh.
yeah, I know, I'm good. I may, seem stupid, but I'm on it.
Oh, I know.
Then you
better.
become fuck buddies. And then how do you get out of that? Because there's still that connection and you still want to be friends with them. But it's like, if he touches your cheek and then, one thing leads to another and then you end up in bed together. And don't tell me it doesn't happen, because in this day and age, it's a lot more acceptable to become fuck buddies with a lot of people. Oh, we get along really well, so I don't actually want to date him. I just want to fuck him. And it happens. Like that.
Wow.
You think about it, there's a lot of people, especially, it seems that people are having sex earlier and earlier in life. That I don't understand. But yeah, a lot of girls I know, well, girls are like, they have fuck buddies. Or they go to a party and screw some guy and then go home.
Do you think that's unhealthy?
It's probably not the greatest, because I don't know if you knew this, the more that you sleep with somebody, if you're a girl, it increases the chance of cervical cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
At least I'm 99% sure on that.
The worst thing that happens to you when you're a guy, if you sleep with too many girls...
You get a
might
bad reputation?
That's not a bad thing.
Exactly. Why is it double standard?
You might get an STI, though.
Those can be flushed right out with antibiotics.
Yeah, but it's not a great flush. It's not a royal flush.
No, it's not. What I'm saying is, like, there is a fine line between love friendship, like sleeping with some, I don't like to use the word fuck buddy, but I'm going to. Fuck buddy.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah, well, what else am I supposed to use? I know that some people are listening to this and they're offended, but I'm sorry.
Well, by what? Fuck buddy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if my, grandma is listening to this. I don't know if she is.
I think she'll know what you mean.
Yeah, I know she knows what I mean. But, it's... I've never had a fuck buddy myself.
Right.
I just don't see the point.
Oh, like casual sex.
Yeah, casual sex, I don't do it. Well, obviously, not now. I'm married anyway, but I've never done it. It's never been something I've aspired to.
So that's having a sexual relationship without
Without
having a
strings
relationship.
attached, but that, you think about that, right? So you can do that, but then you can go meet a guy at a party and screw him too. So you've got options. But then it's like STIs are running rampant. So the more people you sleep with is probably not safe.
I take back what I said before about the worst thing that you can happen if you sleep with too many women is the STI thing.
No, pregnancy.
That's pretty bad.
Well, a lot of girls and a lot of guys do not use contraception. There are a lot of boys. I'm not saying it's, you, Scotty. But there are a lot of idiots out there that are like, oh, a condom doesn't feel good for me. Let's not use one. Fuck you, put a condom on. It's not that hard.
I've been trained well, so.
It's not that hard.
If you sleep with the wrong person,
And then you
my
get,
God.
you don't want your penis to blow up. I'm just saying.
It just blows up.
I'm just saying. Boys are protective of their junk, are they not?
Men are protective of their junk.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're sleeping with a lot of people, and they're sleeping with a lot of people, there is a chance your junk's going to blow up. So,
I don't even know.
this is a good endorsement, and I'm going to do it right now. Boys, wear condoms unless there is other alternatives on the table. Like, if
just
your
do it.
partner is like, I'm on the pill, it doesn't matter, that's fine. But if your partner is like, I'd really prefer it if you wear a condom, freaking put the condom on. It's not that hard. It's not all about, oh, it doesn't feel as pleasurable. Nobody cares. Sorry, I have to. There are a lot of idiots out there.
Okay, well, I'm glad you got your say. Well done.
I'm sorry, but there are a lot of people, like, I know some people that have ended up with STIs. And it's because, oh, he didn't feel like it. Well, do we really care what he feels like? No.
Have you ever experienced the fatal attraction thing?
What the heck are you talking about?
So the bunny on the stove?
Oh, the bunny.
Because I haven't
I don't
had
like
that.
to kill animals unless I'm eating them.
Well, if you...
I'm just saying I've never actually killed something.
No,
It was
that's not
already
what I'm
dead,
saying.
Have I ever experienced someone who is that jealous?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that
I
toxic.
don't think anybody's liked me that much.
Aw.
Well, look, nobody's liked me that much while I wasn't single.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Nobody would go to those lengths.
Bunny on the stove, man.
Oh, do you know? Yeah, me and Jeff
Oh.
watched that earlier this year, and I was horrified. Jeff's like, don't get too attached to the bunny. I'm like, it's so cute.
Oh, you haven't seen that movie?
No!
Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
I don't know where I've been living, but I watched it. There's a lot of graphic sex scenes in there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Glenn Close's breasts. I've seen them.
You got to be careful with who you sleep with.
Yes, well, that should just be like common knowledge. Common sense, people. Don't sleep with everybody. It's not a rainbow.
It's not common knowledge, unfortunately.
I hope people don't take that like... You know how Skittles say, taste the rainbow? That's what I was meaning. I didn't mean, the LGBTQ.
Community.
Yeah, that.
I never said you did. I
No,
wasn't even
it's just like
implying that.
rainbow people get... I meant the ad with Skittles say taste a rainbow, I'm saying don't taste everyone's penis. It's not necessary.
Okay, I'm glad we went there.
Well, I'm looking out for women's health here. And men's. You don't know
Okay.
who's been where.
It's true.
Maybe double check their references.
But you digress, right?
I what?
You're...
I don't even know what that word means.
It means we've lost focus on our debate.
Oh yeah, we've totally gone over the rainbow.
Should we learn to debate and then try again?
No, because this is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. I agree.
I think it's great. I think everybody could learn something from this. If you want to be friends with your ex, do so with caution.
You know how there's this type of people who are like dependent, I guess. The type of people who break up with their partner and they don't see each other for quite a while, and then they do want to get back together, but for maybe not the wrong reason, but it's sort of like they underplay their own worth as a person. Maybe because they are lonely, or maybe because they don't feel like they deserve any better, or something like that. What do you think a person like that should do?
If you want to get back with an ex,
Yeah.
tread carefully because they're an ex for a reason. My good buddy Manol, he won't care that I use his name because he loves me. He told me, you break up, you've broken up for a reason. So if it didn't work once, what makes you think it's going to work twice? There are those amazing fairy tales where it does happen. Don't get me wrong. But it's what? I'm going to say 2%.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's like you get back in this relationship and you're just going to break up. Or it's that toxic cycle where you break up, you get back together, you break up, you get back together. Like 12 times, and then you realize that maybe it wasn't the right thing for you.
That's exactly what I was about to ask next, actually.
Yeah. Well, I got back with an ex and didn't marry him, did I?
Okay. Here's another question, right? Say you were dating somebody and it just wasn't working. Say you met at a party and you're like, yeah, I'll go out with this guy like once or twice, whatever.
Yeah, this has happened to me, so continue.
And, it doesn't, maybe not 6 months, maybe like a year and a half or something like that. It ends up becoming semi-serious.
Okay. Yeah.
What reasons might you, if you were dating someone for like 18 months who you met and you didn't really know them that well or whatever?
If I didn't know them after 18 months, is that what you're saying?
No, if you had dated them for 18 months.
So I know them quite well.
Yeah.
So why isn't it working out?
Oh, you just, you're not feeling it. Like, you're like, maybe this person has different values to you, or maybe
Oh, okay.
the reasons for being there
he's a
aren't.
jackass and I'm pretty. Okay.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I'd probably just say, look, I'm really sorry, but I don't see this going anywhere, so I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
So, maybe it should be over. And then I would listen to him either say, yeah, I agree with you, or no, please, Michelle, I can change, blah, blah, blah. Not many boys do that. I know that they always show that on like TV. Doesn't happen, men. Men, you don't say much. So like that would be it.
Okay, so what happens if that person makes a change in their life?
Okay.
Not based on what you've said, but say they've done something that makes themselves more attractive to you.
How?
I don't know. Maybe they had a different direction, or maybe they were stagnant in their lives.
Okay, so they found new meaning to it and became a whole new, brighter, shiny version.
Yeah, like they've gone through a period
Okay.
of self-development or self-growth.
So I get back together with them, do I?
Would you, is the question.
Well, if they had changed and they had, gotten rid of everything that annoyed the hell out of you, then maybe I'll give them a shot.
Fair enough.
It just depends. Like, if I'm really attracted to the guy and the guy's, gotten rid of all his annoying quirks, then sure, why not?
What if he didn't want to get back together with you?
Well, then that's his loss, isn't it?
So it wouldn't feel great, would it?
Look, I'm going to be completely honest here. This sort of thing has happened to me, and boys have rejected me in my time.
Boys have rejected me in my time.
I know. Who do they think they are?
I don't know. Actually, No, actually, boys have never rejected me in my time.
Oh, now you're just making me feel bad. But anyway,
Girls have.
I know. I was there for most of those.
Anyway.
Off topic. The topic was, what did you say? What would I do if they didn't want to be with me?
I don't know, I was thinking about all the men who haven't rejected me and all the women who have.
So, there's not that many that rejected you.
Okay, can we change the subject, please?
Yes, we can.
I want my ego to be in place.
All right, sorry. You're a big, strong man.
Thank you.
No, you said, what if they didn't want to get back together with me?
Yeah.
It's happened before, but you get over it. Usually, my coping mechanism is you get vodka and drink it straight.
Okay.
Eventually, you feel nothing.
Oh.
Not that I'm condoning drinking. Drinking's bad and you shouldn't do it.
Drinking is okay. I don't do it, but it's okay.
Drinking's fun. Just saying, sometimes you need that, like, I feel the lowest I can feel. Why not drown it with alcohol? My friend Ben, he'd understand. He saw
Shout
me
out
drink.
to Ben.
Shout out to Ben. Yes, he saw me drink many bottles of vodka because I had a very unstable love life when I was 16 till about 21. 21, I met somebody who was really lovely. And then after that, smooth sailing, really.
Good run, really.
Yeah, and then, like, things changed and, you know, I ended up with somebody else and married them. But
You age like fine wine.
that's right. That's what I tell my dad. Can I do a shout out to Brianna because it's her birthday today?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Brianna, even though she's not going to hear this for 3 weeks. We love you. Yes, so again, we really didn't debate. We just kind of argued, just like last week. It's
won,
what we
though?
do. What?
Who won?
Me!
I think I did.
I think I did. Should we ask Jeff? Jeffrey, who won?
It's a tie.
It's a...
Yeah!
You have to pick a side. You have to. I know it's between your best friend and your wife, but
Oh,
seriously.
God, this is awkward. Oh, my God.
He's going to pick you. So don't worry about it. So who won? He said nobody won. We're
No,
both
he's-
losers.
We both know that he means that I won, but he
No,
doesn't want to
he-
upset you.
Oh, he's not going to upset me.
You can both marry me.
That one of you already has, and I haven't. So.
Yeah. You were there. You got to look pretty in a suit.
You know what the best part about your wedding was?
We got married.
Nah.
What?
The video footage.
Oh, the video. You love that footage.
It's on my YouTube channel.
Oh my. What?
What?
It's on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
post it on the Facebook group.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Do you know the footage I'm referring to?
Oh, I know. You kiss him.
No, I tried to, and like,
He doesn't let
he
you.
moved his head out. So the camera person thought it would be really funny to include this tender moment where I'm trying to kiss Jeff on the mouth, and he moves his head out the way, and I do it like 3 more times, and he moves his head out the way because he knows well enough. And the camera guy put that in your like wedding video.
Yeah, my video. You get his cheek. It's
do I?
cute. Yeah, you do.
I have to rewatch it. I didn't get his
you
mouth.
yes, there's a good reason for that. You got his cheek.
Infidelity not even day 1. Like
Yeah, he's not.
hour 10.
He's not an infidelity.
He's not an infidel.
He's not an infidelity type person.
I see.
Let's face it. You know him well enough.
Let's fake. I just got really silly thinking about that. Oh my word.
Who says "Oh my word" apart from like Cinderella?
Me. Let's leave it there because I am way too silly to continue this conversation.
Yeah, well, it's 80 minutes of. Again, you can't be friends with an ex. The end.
Oh, okay. You can.
But before we leave, go to our Facebook page, subscribe,
Yeah, you click the like button,
click the like button,
and then you get updates, so we don't
get
have to
updates so we don't have to.
tell you all.
And
Go and look at the pretty pictures, at least. Go and look
I
at...
do look rather pretty, much
You
prettier
do.
than I do in real
I'm
life.
wearing a real hoodie that I actually own in that.
I don't know where she got what I was wearing, but I like it. And I'm wearing a bow in my hair, just like usual.
She can draw, though.
Scotty's girlfriend is very talented and very hot and very out of his league.
Oh, I'm batting
You're
up.
batting way above, yeah.
Did she settle?
Yeah. Yes.
Ouch.
Look, you're lovely, but she's hotter than you are. I'm sorry. But yes, shout out to Marissa for doing that. We love you for it. So, like our Facebook page, go to Spotify. If you have a Spotify account, go to the Scott and Michelle Show, find us, and then follow us so you can get like, oh, Scott and Michelle have uploaded a new video. And then you can hear us because we're fabulous and everyone wants to. Am I right? You're not very... Anyway. So, we will leave you to it. But we've got next week... What are we doing next week?
I have a few good ideas.
Oh, you always do. Until then, have a great week. Don't let lockdown get you down.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Ah, one more thing. We're getting a Redbubble. So we'll have Scott and Michelle Show merchandise. We're real selling out.
Oh, for fuck's-
There we are.
We're getting merch.
Buy a mug.
Everybody buy a mug. What else can you get?
I don't know.
Can you
yet.
get badges? Because I would
Yeah.
totally wear a badge.
You can get a COVID mask with our
Get a
logo on
COVID
it.
mask. Everyone needs one of those.
I'd probably get one.
Can you please take a photo of it and put it on the thingy?
Group. Yeah, I have to get it done
I'm going to get a
first.
coffee mug
I have to get one too.
to put my coffee in because, Jeffrey ruined one of my cups. So.
Anyway, let's
Alright.
leave it there.
Alrighty. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And girls.
Yeah, I meant in general.